Hi and welcome to Select 10. In this video, we will count down our recommendations for the top 10 best new Hollywood movies released in 2022 on Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, Apple TV+, and Disney+. The list includes films in almost every genre, so whether you prefer comedy, action, romance, or thrillers, there is something on the list for you. And watch the entire video to make sure you don't miss any of the listed movies. Now let's start the video. Number 10. Incantation. It is a Taiwanese horror film, directed by Kevin Ko. The plot revolves around Ruo Nan, who unintentionally committed a religious taboo 6 years ago, resulting in the deaths of her partner and family. Since then, she has slipped into a gloomy phase of superstition, where she has kept her mysteries and suffering private, even giving up her young baby to another family. But after attending counseling for a while and readjusting to life as usual for the most part, Ruo Nan decides she wants her baby back. However, when symptoms of the curse from 6 years ago begin to appear around her baby, Ruo Nan discovers that she must confront her darkest fears and horrors for the sake of her kid. In an effort to discover a way to save her daughter, she begins to capture every detail of the curse. Overall, it's a solid horror film that hooks you right away and is well worth watching. The movie has a 6.2 rating on IMDb. Number 9. The Princess. It is a period action thriller film directed by Levan Kayat. The story takes place in a medieval kingdom controlled by a king and queen who had 2 kids, the princess and her younger sister, Violet. Because the queen had no sons, the king planned to marry the princess to Julius, the cruel son of a royal minister who hates the king's peaceful rule and believes that a strong king should govern with an iron fist. But when the princess abandoned him at the altar, Julius and his gang of vicious mercenaries stormed the castle, kidnapping the royal family and their retainers, and the princess is now imprisoned at the top of her castle's highest tower, awaiting her forced marriage with Julius. However, when 2 mercenaries enter and plan to assault her, she kills them and sets out to save her family. The story is decent, but the film is worth seeing for its incredible action, so ignore the mixed reviews and watch it for the exciting action. The movie has a 5.5 rating on IMDb and a 60% critic score on Rotten Tomatoes. Number 8. Cha-Cha-Real Smooth. It is a comedy-drama film directed by Cooper Raiff. Newly out of graduation and without a clear plan for his future, Andrew is stuck living with his family in New Jersey. However, if there's one skill that should be on his imaginary resume, it's party planning, which gets him the ideal position of motivational dancing at the club. When he attends a bat mitzvah and manages to turn a dead-ass celebration into a live-ass party, he encounters Domino, who appears a bit too young to have a teenage daughter, Lola. Lola has autism, so Domino bets Andrew $300 that he can't get her dancing. Well, guess what? Domino succeeds in getting Lola to dance. The series explores more of Andrew's unusual friendship with a woman and her little daughter. Overall, it's a feel-good film with a heartwarming story that entertains and gets you right in the emotions. So, if you're in the mood for a delightful romantic film, give this one a try. The movie has a 7.4 rating on IMDb and an 85% critic score on Rotten Tomatoes. Number 7. Valley of the Dead. It is a Spanish zombie action film directed by Javier Ruiz Caldera and Alberto de Toro. The film takes place in 1938, during the Spanish Civil War, and tells the story of Jan Lozano, a captain of the 5th Brigade, who is kidnapped by the enemy. However, he is given the opportunity to redeem himself and prove his commitment if he undertakes a dangerous mission into rebel territory with his skeptical young driver, Decres. Jan accepts the offer, and as they go across a barren valley, they come under attack from communist guerrilla fighters who were there to assassinate them. But before they can accomplish that, they see a swarm of zombies charging toward them. In order to survive, Jan must now convince his captors that they must fight together. Unwillingly, the communists are forced to team up with Jan and Decres to fight the zombie attack. Although it might not be a great zombie film, it is surprisingly a fun zombie horror historical comedy that is definitely worth watching. And the movie has a 6 rating on IMDb. Number 6. Don't Make Me Go. It is an adventure comedy drama film directed by Hannah Marks. The story revolves around Max, a single father who discovers he has a terminal brain tumor and decides to make the most of his remaining time with his teenage daughter, Wally, by attempting to compensate for the years of support and love he will miss from her. He convinces Wally to join him on a road journey from California to New Orleans for his 20th university gathering, where he secretly wants to reunite her with her mother, who abandoned them long ago. It is a very unique and emotional journey, and with heart and humor on board, the film explores the unshakable, eternal connection between a father and daughter from opposite sides of the generation gap. The movie has a 6.4 rating on IMDb and a 79% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Number 5. Take the Night. It is a crime thriller drama film directed by Seth MacTague. It is a dramatic story about brotherly rivalry and family mysteries. The major plot revolves around William, the older brother, who recruits a team to stage a prank kidnapping of his brother Robert. However, an expensive surprise birthday prank goes horribly wrong when professional criminals assigned to execute a fake kidnapping go rogue, and the gang now has their own objectives. Now, if the brothers want to safeguard the family money, they must put their bitter rivalry aside. Overall, it's an interesting movie with an original, unusual storyline that's full of twists and turns. It is a thrilling film from start to finish and a must-watch for action movie fans. The movie has a 4.7 rating on IMDb and a 91% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Number 4. Terror on the Prairie. It is a Western action drama film directed by Michael Polish. The plot focuses on Hattie and Jeb McAllister, a husband and wife, with a young son and a newborn baby girl, as they attempt to go it alone and build out a life for themselves on the harsh, desolate plains of Montana. However, when money runs out, Jeb leaves Hattie and the kids behind and goes into town in search of employment. Soon later, 4 shady-looking men on horses approach her and ask her for food and water. Hattie initially invites them inside her home, but as soon as she sees a man's head tied to one of their horses, she understands that she is dealing with killers. At gunpoint, she smartly turns the tables on them, forcing them to flee, which starts a series of events that lock Hattie and the kids in their cabin with the outlaws demanding revenge. Overall, it's an intense action movie with mind-blowing visuals. The story starts slowly, but there is plenty of action to keep you engaged. The movie has a 5.8 rating on IMDb and an 86% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Number 3. Cop Secret. It is an Icelandic action comedy film directed by Hans Thorner Halldórsson. The story centers on Iceland's toughest cop, Bussi, who will do whatever it takes to put an end to a spree of brutal bank robberies. But when he is forced to work with a new partner, the pressures of cracking the case become too much as he falls in love with him, and the two find it difficult to work together. However, when a complicated conspiracy involving the football game and a string of mysteriously unsuccessful bank robberies is revealed, Bussi and Horror are forced to work together to prevent total chaos in the city. It is a traditional cop action comedy film, similar to the Bad Boys movie series, so if you liked Bad Boys, you will enjoy this one. The movie has a 7.1 rating on IMDb and an 84% critic score on Rotten Tomatoes. Number 2. The Gray Man. The wait is over, and one of the biggest movie of 2022 is here. It is a high-octane action thriller film directed by Anthony and Joe Russo. The story focuses on Count Gentry, a highly trained former CIA agent who was formerly the department's best merchant of death. However, after unintentionally learning of shadowy agency operations, he becomes a major target and is pursued globally by a deadly former friend named Lloyd Hansen and assassins from other countries. Hansen, who is now working with a mysterious agent, will do everything it takes to bring Gentry down. After watching the movie, it's safe to say that it's totally worth the hype. After Extraction, the Russo brothers gave us another action masterpiece with a great story, mind-boggling action, and terrific performances. The movie has mystery, suspense, and action that keeps you on the edge of your seat. The movie has a 6.8 rating on IMDb and an 89% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Number 1. The Sea Beast. It is a 2022 animated adventure film directed by Chris Williams. The movie is set in a world where fearsome creatures ruled the oceans and monster hunters were regarded as heroes, none more so than the legendary Jacob Holland. But Holland's world is turned upside down when little Macy Brumble stows away on his legendary ship and makes an odd connection with a fearsome sea monster. Now Holland and the young girl must form a team to go off on an epic adventure into undiscovered territory, battle any creatures that may appear, and write the next chapter in human history. Overall, The Sea Beast brings us to the place when the map ends and the real adventure begins. It is currently one of the best animated movie in the world and a must-watch film on Netflix. The movie has a 7.1 rating on IMDb and an 86% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. That's it for today. Thank you for watching this video. And do subscribe our channel to see more videos related to movies and series suggestions.